What's up, guys? It's Alyssa here. So as we come down to our seated position, whatever position that's going to be most comfortable for us this morning or afternoon or evening, because even though this is technically a morning flow, you don't technically have to do it in the morning. So take a big inhale, really rooting the breath deep into the belly. Feel the belly expanding, draw up tall. On that exhale, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Rooting the sit bones deep into the mat. As you continue to find your breath, let's begin to bring ourselves to that place of stillness. Really allowing ourselves to melt deep into the body, taking ourselves out of the mind, out of whatever's happened to us so far in our day. So begin to soften the space between the eyebrows, allowing that third eye center to begin to relax and open, activating our intuition. Relaxing the jaw, parting the teeth, and allowing the tongue to rest at the bottom of the mouth. And as we take 3 more rounds of breath here, giving ourselves permission to feel good. And I don't just literally mean physically feeling good, just feeling good, taking that to a more emotional level, psychological level. And on your next inhale, sending the fingertips up above you. Exhale, soften the shoulders, root those hip bones down a little bit more. Maybe taking the gaze up towards the hands. Keep holding here, so we're drawing everything in towards that midline. And on your next exhale, bringing the fingertips to kiss, we're going to take the hands down to heart center, Anjali Mudra, or our prayer hands. Sending the thumbs to the sternum, sternum to the thumbs. Honoring ourselves for coming to the practice today. Honoring the light within us and the darkness within us. And then on your next inhale, once again, sending the fingertips up above you. On the exhale, we're going to find a twist to the right. So always remembering in our twist, we inhale, draw a little bit taller. Exhale, we twist a little bit more from our navel. On your next inhale, we're coming back through to center, extending the fingertips, spread them wide, find your spirit fingers, spirit fingers. Exhale, finding a twist to the left. Inhale as we come back up through to center, extending the fingertips. On our exhale, we're going to take our left hand back behind us, and you're going to root right fingertips up and over. On your next inhale, we're going to come through to center, extend the arms out to a T. Exhale, right hand's going to release down to the mat. Left hand extends over as we find that side body stretch. Inhale, we're going to come back up through to center. Exhale, right fingertips come slightly back behind us. Left fingertips up and over. Inhale, come back through to center, extending the arms out to a T. On the exhale, left hand releases down, right fingertips extend up and over into that side body stretch. Inhale, as we come back up through to center. On the exhale, beginning to release our fingertips down. Take a big inhale, see if you can draw up a little bit taller, really finding that tall spine to allow the energy to run up and down. On your exhale, taking the chin down towards the chest. And then on your next inhale, left ear over towards the left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear over towards the right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest, one more to each side. And inhale, send that gaze back up through to center. Exhale, bring the knees in towards the chest. We're going to extend our legs out in front of us and then begin to roll down onto your back. So once we come down, all the way down onto our backs, we're going to inhale, send the fingertips up above you, find a full body stretch. So really stretch it out here, especially if we're doing this in the morning or even mid-afternoon or evening. It really doesn't matter. Working those knees out, maybe rocking from side to side. And when we take that next exhale, we're going to bring our left knee in towards our chest, hugging it in here. Take 2 breaths. Keep that right foot active. And then on your next exhale, we're going to take our left knee and begin to glide it over to the right, finding a supine twist. So always make sure your shoulder blades are still planted on the mat. Maybe taking the gaze over the left shoulder. Exhale, we're going to bring everything back through to center. Take an inhale, hug that left knee in. Exhale, switch the legs. Taking 2 breaths here. So if you need to find any little movements, you can. And then on the next exhale, gliding the right leg over to the left and find our supine twist. Exhale, bring everything back through to center. Big inhale here. Exhale, extending that right leg out. Extend the fingertips, finding that full body stretch one more time. Work it out. Work the stress out. Really begin to let everything go here. Then on your next exhale, we're going to bring both knees in towards our chest. Give yourself a hug. And then sliding the hands to the backs of the thighs. So you have the option here, you can roll over into your side and press back up to seated. Or you begin to rock and roll up and down the spine a couple of times. Giving that spine a massage. Eventually making it all the way back up to seated. Big inhale, extend those fingertips back up above you. Then exhale, bring the hands to heart center for 1 breath. And then from here, kicking our feet out to the side, or we roll up up onto the knees. We're coming into our tabletop position. So spreading the fingers wide, really feeling the tips of the fingers down onto the mat. Draw the lower belly in. On your next inhale, we're going to send our right fingertips up above us. And on your exhale, beginning to thread the needle, take it underneath the left arm. Relax the right side of the face down. And then from here, we're going to take our left hand and you're going to glide it back onto your low back, where you're eventually working towards trying to grab a hold of the right thigh, but you don't have to be there. It's just what you're working towards. Allow yourself to soften. On your next inhale, we're going to send left fingertips back up above us. And then on your next exhale, we're going to plant our left hand. Inhale, send the right fingertips up above you. And exhale, send it back down into that neutral tabletop. We're going to take a moment here, begin to glide the hips from right to left. Feeling good, feeling good, feeling great. Feeling good, feeling great. How are you? Sorry as I sing some Outcast to you. Beginning to bring ourselves back through to stillness. Big inhale, left fingertips extend up above us. And exhale, we're threading the needle as we come down onto the left side of the face. And then we're taking that right hand to our low back. As I said, we're eventually working to kind of wrap it to grab a hold of the opposite thigh. Finding a bind. Then on your next inhale, send those right fingertips up above you. On your exhale, planting the right hand down. Inhale, send the left fingertips back up above you. Exhale, send it back down to your neutral tabletop. On your next inhale, flow into your cat-cow. So once again, really making ourselves, allowing ourselves to feel good here. Working into every vertebra of the spine. And begin to flow through 2 more rounds, and we're all going to meet up into our downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Don't worry about how quickly you get there. Once we make it up into our downward facing dog, take a moment here and paddle the feet out. Walk your dog, maybe lift up on the toes, releasing the heels, find whatever's going to feel good here. It is still your practice, I'm just here to guide you. We eventually bring ourselves to stillness as we take one more breath here. And then on your next exhale, begin to release the knees back down to the mat. We're going to lower all the way down to our bellies. Inhale, relax the shoulders as we lift the head and chest up into that low cobra. Exhale as we soften down. Inhale, we're going to press back up into our tabletop. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. And your next exhale, sending the gaze to the top of the mat, we're going to step our right foot forward. Left knee is going to release down as we inhale, rise up into that low lunge. On your next exhale, planting the hands back down to the mat. Tucking the back toes, we're going to lift that back leg, step it forward into your forward fold. Inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale, we soften down. Allow the head to relax. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Take one breath. Planting those hands, take your right foot, step it back on a big inhale. Exhale, releasing the right knee. Inhale, rise back up into your low lunge. On your next exhale, planting the hands down. We're going to slide left foot back, coming into a tabletop as we lower back down to the belly. Inhale, head and chest lifts up as we come into low cobra. Exhale as we soften down. Inhale, come back up into your tabletop. And exhale, send it back up, downward facing dog. And the next exhale, taking the gaze to the top of the mat, we're going to walk it forward to our forward fold. And then from here, we're going to begin to lift the feet one at a time. And we're going to slide the hands underneath. So you want your toes to begin to rest on your wrists, and then bring as much of a bend into the knees as you need here. Continuing to breathe. And then on your next exhale, gently begin to release. Bring the hands out from underneath the feet, bending our knees, rolling up the spine one vertebra at a time as we come to our Tadasana. Inhale, sending those fingertips up above you. Exhale, bringing the hands to heart center and take one breath. On your next inhale, sending the fingertips up above us. On our exhale, we're going to step our left toes out, extending the hands over to the right. Inhale, we're going to come back through to center. On our exhale, take it to the opposite side. Step the right toes out, left, or taking the hands over to the left. Inhale, come back through to center. On the exhale, bring the hands to heart center, bending the knees, taking the hips back into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Making sure you can still see all 10 toes. Maybe sink a little bit deeper. Really tuck that pelvis in. Exhale, we're going to send our fingertips back towards our hips. Inhale, rising tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, as we lift up halfway. On our exhale, we soften down. Inhale, you're going to take your left foot, step it all the way back. And we want to plant it to about a 45-degree angle as we bend that right knee. Inhale, we're going to rise up, taking the hips shoulder points forward, coming into warrior one. So really allowing that tailbone to root down towards the mat. Find your railroad tracks if we need to find railroad tracks. Taking one more breath here. Then on your next exhale, we're going to open the hips. So we're opening it up to warrior two, spinning that left foot to match the back edge. Still bending that right knee, extending the arms out long so you can adjust the length or the width of your legs. But we really want that right heel to be in line with the left arch. So you continue to breathe here, knowing that your legs will support you. Keep breathing. Then beginning to flip our front palm, big inhale, we're going to reverse it back, coming into a reverse warrior. Keep that right knee bent. On your next exhale, we're going to come back up into that warrior two. Take one more breath. Inhale, begin to straighten your front leg. On the exhale, flip your front palm once more. Inhale, we're going to reverse it back, come into that reverse triangle. Exhale, arms come out to the T. Inhale, as we reach forward on our exhale, we're releasing down into our triangle pose. So right hand's coming down to the leg. As we bring the shoulder points on top of the shoulder points, hip points on top of the hips. Trying to really open ourselves up here. On your next exhale, bring a soft bend into your right knee. Turning the right toes forward as we release crown of the head down to the mat, coming into our wide-legged forward fold. So on our inhale, we're going to lift up halfway. On your exhale, you're going to take your right arm over, trying to grab a hold of your left leg, and then you're going to take your left hand over, trying to grab a hold of the right leg. On your next inhale, extend the arms out. Exhale, switch your arms. So bringing the opposite arm to the front. On your next exhale, release the hands. We're going to walk the hands over towards our right foot as we turn the right toes forward. Planting our hands, we're going to step it back into our plank pose. So cultivate your strength here. Activating all the muscles. On your next exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big inhale. On your exhale, we're going to take our left hand, slide it back towards your right leg. See if you can grab a hold of the right leg, or you can keep left fingertips down onto the mat. So you're either trying to grab a hold of whatever part of the right leg, or you're keeping the hands planted. Inhale, we're going to come back through the center. On the exhale, slide the right hand back, trying to grab a hold of the left leg. Inhale, come back through the center. Exhale, walk it forward into your forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, softening down. Inhale, extending all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Anjali Mudra once more. Big smile as we inhale, send the fingertips up. Exhale as we fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, softening down. Take your right foot, step it back. So we want to plant it to about that 45-degree angle. Soft bend into that, or actually big bend into that left knee. As we inhale, rise up into warrior one. On the other side. Two more breaths here. And then on your next exhale, we're opening the hips as we open it wide, stepping into our warrior two. So adjust as you need. Extend the arms, make them long and strong. Begin to flip that front palm. Inhale, reverse it back, reverse warrior. On your next exhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg. Exhale, flip the front palm. Inhale, send it back again, coming into reverse triangle. On your next exhale, come back to that. The arms coming to a T. Inhale, we're reaching forward. Exhale, extend it down, coming into your triangle pose. On your next exhale, soft bend into your left knee. We're going to plant the hands around the foot. Step it back into your plank. On your next exhale, send the hips up and back into that downward facing dog. knees all the way to the mat, coming into your tabletop position. And we're going to switch the feet out to the side. Come all the way down to seated, taking our left leg forward, right foot to our inner thigh. As we inhale, send the fingertips up, turn the belly button towards your left leg. On the exhale, hinging at our hips, we're softening over that left leg. Each inhale reaches the crown of the head a little bit closer to the foot. Each exhale, we soften the body on top of the leg. And your next exhale, begin to roll up the spine. Grab a hold of your right leg, draw it in towards your chest. And then we're going to take our right leg, cross it over the left leg. On your next inhale, send the left fingertips up above you. Exhale, find a twist to the right. So we're just releasing that left arm down to the right leg. Inhale, we come back through to center. Exhale, uncross the legs, and then we're going to slide left foot to the inner right thigh. Inhale, loosen the fingertips up, turn the belly button towards that right leg. And exhale, soften down. On your next exhale, begin to roll up the spine, grab a hold of that left leg, draw it in towards your chest, and cross it over the right. Inhale, send the right fingertips up. On the exhale, find a twist to the left. Inhale, come back through to center. Exhale, uncross the legs. And begin your descent all the way back down to your back. As we bring both knees into our chest. Feel the low back on the mat. And on your next exhale, just gently releasing the knees over to the left. Softening the gaze over to the right. Inhale, come back through to center. Exhale, taking the knees over to the right. Allow your body to begin to cool down and soften. Next, inhale, come back through to center. Exhale, we're going to lift the nose up towards the knees, curled into a ball. Inhale, we're going to release down on our exhale, taking our last posture of the practice. So taking our hands to the outer edges of the feet, the big toes, the ankles, whatever you can reach as we send the feet up. Drawing the knees to the outside of the rib cage, coming into our happy baby. And on your next exhale, release the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, find that one last full body stretch. And on your next exhale, release it all. Release the breath. Send the fingertips down towards the hips. Walk the shoulders underneath the back. Allow your palms to face up to really allow the shoulders to relax. Allow the feet to fall away from each other. Allow your face to relax. Really allowing our bodies to reset themselves. Allowing the mind to reset. listen to me, but you can stay here as long as you want. Recommendation of 5 minutes. You can go into meditation. You can come into a seated position. But really allow yourself this time to relax. This is kind of one of the hardest poses to do in yoga. Really allow yourself that time. And I thank you always for coming to practice with me. The light in me honors the